Weiter geht's mit einem Classic-Physik-Athleten, den wir uns lange Zeit nicht mehr angeguckt haben. Ich finde, dieser Mann sollte, falls es mit dem Bodybuilding nicht mehr klappt, kann er sich bei EA Sports bewerben und das EA Sports, it's in the game, mit seiner Stimme synchronisieren. Oder er könnte auch Synchronsprecher werden. Wir sprechen hier von Wesley Wissers und er macht ein Chest-Workout. Das gucken wir uns jetzt gemeinsam an, Freunde. Ein Typ mit einer brachialen Stimme und einem noch brachialen Körper. Der Typ sieht wahnsinnig krass aus.
What is up, guys? Welcome to Vintage Genetics, where of course it is all about classic bodybuilding.
It's in the game.
And as you can see, we are at the gym, 100% fit gym, about to train the chest.
Mit Thrasher, danke dir für die Abos.
So yesterday was a leg day, and there's a lot of soreness in the leg day. If you checked out that video, which you can if you check out the previous video on this channel, you can see I did a very deep leg presses, and right now my glutes, adductors and quads are all very
Ich könnte dem voll lange zuhören, das ist voll die kranke Stimme, Digga.
sore, which normally doesn't happen that quickly, even when I do a very heavy hack squat or a belt squat, no matter how much volume I do. But now just 4 working sets on a leg press with a medium amount of weight, the muscle ache, the soreness is very much there. So I did some cardio this morning, 30 minutes fasted. Even though the cardio went pretty easily, I can feel the fatigue starting to creep up a little
Ist übrigens auch bei Stefan Kienzel im Coaching.
bit, because we have been dieting for a while now, training very hard. Sleep is sometimes a bit impaired because of our little dollar.
Ist Holländer, Freunde, aus Niederlande. Joe Stofftier, danke dir fürs Prime-Abo. Und wenn wir schon bei den Niederlanden sind, wie steht's denn gerade? Niederlande gegen Argentinien, Freunde, gebt mir ein kleines Update.
Lara, for example, last night I had to go out of the bed 3 times, so that impairs the recovery a little bit. My weight
Dankeschön, also gleich gibt's Elfmeterschießen, ja?
is right now 112.9, so it's been dropping like a couple of 100 grams each day. And my
110 Kilo aktuell drauf. Warte mal, wie alt ist das Video? Vor 4 Tagen, okay, sehr aktuell, krass.
coach has said maybe tomorrow or the day after we'll do another high day, which I'm very much looking forward to. And when you have a coach and he prepares you for something that's going to potentially happen, it makes it easier to keep giving it your all, even though you will already do that regardless. But once you have something in the vicinity of, okay, maybe I'll have a high carb day later on, you're going to do everything to the T on your lower days to make sure you actually deserve a high day. Anyway, we're about to train the chest, so we are going to use this big ESN shaker container once again. So what we're just going to do is put in the intra workout. We're going to put in the creatine, some EAAs. We're going to put in some Hellene pink salt, and lastly some L-carnitine. So let's just put all of
Oh, der macht die Kapseln auf und knallt die da rein, krass.
this inside of here, and then go straight down to train the chest.
To train the chest. Let's go.
First one is going to be the chest press. So as I'm in prep, chest workouts, as chest is one of my stronger points, at least not a weak point, is very simple. 1 horizontal press or a flat press, 1 incline press, and 1 isolation like a pec deck or just a fly, for example.
Pack Deck, Freunde, für die, die es nicht wissen, das ist Butterfly.
Just maximizing each of those lifts with plenty of volume, plenty of weight. And that's enough to stimulate the chest for growth, or at least muscle maintenance, which should be your goal during a caloric deficit anyway. Don't try to push yourself too far. As always, the very
Oh, auch geil.
boring
Brustpresse, auch noch nie so gesehen. Oldschool, aber geil.
saying you want to prevent injuries and going too heavy, too much volume, too many weird movements that aren't really, you know, efficient for muscle growth or muscle retention. It's just going to increase the chance of injury. So let's just stick to the basics, and the basics always work. The only downfall of getting very strong in this movement is that you have to do a lot of weight, obviously. But as you can see, it's stacked almost entirely full. So you can only add 1 more plate to this, which I will after this set. But what you also notice is that during the warm-ups, my reps decrease as the weight increases. So I don't weight and the energy that I want to use for the working set. So when I'm going to do 2 to 3 reps here, getting used to the weight, making sure nothing is in.
Die müsste aber sehr, sehr leicht sein, die Maschine, wenn die so voll geknallt ist bis oben hin, Alter. Als ob der Leoni das gerade hier trainieren würde.
Pain or hurts, so I know I'm entirely physically and mentally ready for the heaviest sets of this movement.
War schon ein bisschen cringe hier, ne, mit den Flammen, Alter. Tauchen einfach so Flammen auf.
Always control the weight on the way and a negative rep on the eccentric. Provide a good stretch in the chest and then press all the way forward until you feel a squeeze. As long as you can do that through the entire set, you know you're doing it right.
Boah, der sieht im T-Shirt ja mal richtig unscheinbar aus. Wartet mal ab, gleich wenn er aussieht. Der sieht irre aus, der hat eine geile Linie. Also manchen gefällt die Linie nicht. Die sagen, der hat so einen Baukasten-Torso, aber ich find's geil.
Fatigue is a factor, especially training legs yesterday and then not having a great night really does affect the workout. So what you then want to do is, for example, I would have done 4 working sets on the next movement. Now we're going to do 3 to, for strength retention throughout the entire set. Instead of adding volume for the sake of it, you've got to be smart in your workouts as well to limit fatigue and still get quality stimulus for that sacred muscle growth and retention. Alrighty, time for the next movement.
Also auch hier bei seinen Videos ähnelt den Videos aus dem Bunker vom Urs, wo er ganz viel ums Training erklärt, ne? Was, wie, wieso, weshalb, warum er was macht. Erinnert mich hier stark dran.
As I mentioned at the beginning,
nur halt, dass es auf Englisch ist, ne?
We have done the horizontal press, and now it's time for an incline press to target the upper pec. So with the horizontal press, you target the entire pec muscle, the entire chest basically. And now we want to target specifically the top, because that is...
So, der macht ein bisschen Schrägbank und da packt er auch kurz aus, habe ich gesehen. So, seine Physik ist auch wiederum ganz, ganz anders, Freunde, aber sehr, sehr classic.
Took off the
die Side Chest ist brachial.
Sized gym t-shirt, which we have a lot available on the website, including a new Be Victorious t-shirt and the Olympia Bound t-shirt, which is
Olympia Bound t-shirt.
Of course, one of my favorites right now, because we are bound to go to the Olympia.
Junge, die Pose macht er ja mal richtig geil. Erinnert voll an Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, super excited. I feel very good and very confident in my ability to show my best possible shape there. Fullness, as you can see, is still very much alive. Conditioning is getting better and better. My weight is staying nicely stable, not going too low. We're getting enough high days if we need to, but at the same time, in the background, you can feel the fatigue creeping up. And that gives you kind of a comfort as well, knowing that you're pushing hard enough to get into that shape that you need to show at the Olympia, because more than 60 athletes are qualified for the Classic Physique Olympia. Probably not everybody is going to go, which I recommend you not to do if you don't feel confident you can get into the top 10, because it's a big investment. But most people probably will, so you gotta stand out there, and your first impression is incredibly important. So I'm gonna do my absolute best to show this fullness with a better conditioning.
Also ich schwör's euch, wenn es in der Classic Physik wirklich nur um diese Classic-Linie gehen würde von damals, dann würde Wesley das Ding holen, ohne Witz.
Than any other competition I've ever done. You can bet a nickel on that. Anyway, let's go for the second working set. This one actually feels pretty good. So I'm gonna do this one again. A little bit of rest, a little bit of walking in between sets to burn some extra fat. And let's go for the third working set. Okay, it's pec deck time, which is
No, 60, 70er sogar, nicht 80er.
Chest isolation time. So I've kind of changed my view on doing flies. So first I was all about making the perfect circular motion with the chest. but the chest is actually most stimulated with a maximum stretch. However, if you do a very circular motion, what you're really stretching is the front delt.
Und er hat schon so viele Videos auf dem Kanal. Ich kann mir nicht vorstellen, dass er das bereits sich alles schon mal erklärt hat.
And pretty much the connection between the front delt and the chest, but not the pecs themselves. What you want to try and do is not go like.
Wo geht denn der Lat hin? Das ist das auch, was Stefan Kienzel brutal findet. Sein Lat.
This would actually go to the back, just like a press. But you don't want to use the triceps because it's an isolation movement. So you want to go, because these handles are freely movable. You can actually, instead of going very wide, which makes.
Wir spulen mal ein bisschen vor, weil hier wird wirklich sehr, sehr viel über das Training geredet. Hier sieht man noch ein bisschen seine aufgepumpte Form. Und danach geht der Vlog weiter. Da geht es um Essen und alles weitere. Ich denke mal, das ist ein bisschen interessanter. Aber hier habt ihr noch einen Eindruck von der Seitenform. Also der Typ sieht brachial aus, Alter. Sehr, sehr nice. Auch schon sehr, sehr plastischen Look, ne?
So, that was the chest, tricep and side delt workout. Felt very good, even though in the background there's a bit of fatigue creeping up. So hopefully tomorrow or the day after a nicely high carb day, but if not, too bad, because what's number one priority is conditioning for the Olympia. Anyway, let's go upstairs, slowly prepare our post-workout meal and show you exactly what that is. Alrighty.
What that is. Junge, die Stimme ist unglaublich. Ich glaube, das ist sogar sein Gym, wenn ich mich nicht irre.
Yes, we are done with the workout. Now we are upstairs and looking at my delicious, attractive.
Was man ihm sagen muss, ich habe mir früher auch immer in meiner Freizeit seine Vlogs reingezogen, bevor ich noch gestreamt habe. Der bereitet sein Essen immer unfassbar brutal vor. Also selbst so simple Sachen wie Fisch, der legt da sehr viel Wert auf Gewürze, Zubereitung und so weiter. Das finde ich bei dem Typen richtig krass.
Beautiful post-workout meal.
Könnte auch Kai Gedan auf Stoff sein, mit geiler Form, ne?
Check it out. Would you just look at that?
Guck mal, wie der sich Mühe gibt, Alter. Richtiger Foodblogger.
This is like art. This is an art piece. A painting that is almost too precious to eat, to alter, to destroy. But I will
To destroy.
destroy it completely under the last gram. So anyway,
Ich würde sagen, das ist Reispudding mit Whey, Zimt und Erdbeeren und ein bisschen Mandelmus.
let me explain to you what this is. So this is actually 60 grams of cream of rice by Vayu Red. So rice cream, you can get it at ESN, link down below. But also 60 grams of oatmeal, but not just oatmeal.
Ah, der hat dann noch Haferflocken, also 60 Gramm Reispudding mit 60 Gramm Haferflocken gemischt.
But actually ultra fine oats, so ground up
Aber so richtig fein geschredderte.
oats basically, which allows for a thicker consistency because the
Wahrscheinlich sind das dann so Schmelzflocken.
more ground up it is, the thicker it can become. And the same thing I did with the rice cream from Vayu. It is a bit more of a
Der könnte mir alles andrehen, ich würde es kaufen. Safe, Digga.
coarse grain, and I just blended it up until it's a fine powder, and then you can add a lot more water to it for more volume. On top you can see cinnamon, delicious cinnamon, Ceylon cinnamon adds another dimension of flavor, but this is the most important part, the strawberries and the Vayu final protein chocolate flavor. That
Ah, okay, der hat Whey-Protein genommen mit ganz, ganz wenig Wasser und hat sich daraus so ein Topping gemacht. Raffinierter Typ.
obviously provides the protein content, and that is very delicious. It's like a frosting, like a whey paste on top,
Sehr gerne, mein Lieber. Guten Abend. Viel Spaß mit dem Stream.
adding another dimension of flavor. And the frozen strawberries ensure that the paste, the frosting, isn't leaking all the way to the sides, because the cream of rice, and as you can see, the smoke coming off is still nice and hot. But the frozen strawberries keep the frosting nice and cold, keeping it nicely firmly in the middle. Anyway,
Ey, und das sieht so... Selbst ich hab da gerade Bock drauf, Alter. Volle Hütte. Ich würde das jetzt richtig fressen.
let's enjoy this one. Alrighty, so we just, well, actually we're home for a while now. Had my post-workout meal, which instead of the
Freunde, schreibt hier in den Chat, wie Holland hier passend zu Wesley Wissers, wie Holland sich hier schlägt gegen Argentinien im Elfmeterschießen. Ihr könnt mich hier auf dem Laufenden halten.
120 cream of rice and oatmeal combination. It was 70 and the rest was exactly the same. Then I did a 20-minute walk outside to get the steps up. That's what I like to do. I like to go for the 30 minutes of fasted cardio in the morning. A hard workout with steps in between the sets.
Also der macht morgens früh Cardio nüchtern, dann geht er ins Training, natürlich nach dem Frühstück oder nach ein paar Mahlzeiten und zwischen den Sätzen spaziert er durchs Gym, damit er noch Schritte sammelt. Macht ein Kumpel von mir auch so im Studio.
After the meals to get to 10k steps at the end of the day.
Also 10.000 Schritte versucht er am Tag zu machen.
And I'll also take another walk of 20 minutes with Bobby, our dog, before the last meal, and that's the
Und 20 Minuten Spaziergang vor der letzten Mahlzeit.
routine that I like, and usually I get above 10,000 steps very easily that way. But now it's time for the last carb of the day, which is very special. So this is the carb source already.
Was ist das denn?
Purple sweet potatoes.
Ah, Purple Sweet Potato kenne ich gar nicht.
I posted this on my Instagram stories. A lot of people ask me, what is this? This is also called the Japanese sweet potato. It actually has a bit more carbs than the regular sweet potato and then regular potatoes as well. So, and it tastes a bit more sweet, has a bit more of a starchy
Habe ich noch nie gesehen, Mann.
texture, and I think it's amazing. Also, we have some low FODMAP vegetables here.
Ich habe euch gesagt, der Typ ist ein richtiger Gourmet, Alter.
There's some pepper, mushroom, and some zucchini. And we're also going to add for volume a little bit of cucumber, and for probiotics, prebiotics, some sauerkraut. So are adding around 30.
Sauerkraut, sehr, sehr gut für die Verdauung, Freunde. Ist kein Scheiß. Machen in Polen ganz viele Bodybuilder.
40 grams of sauerkraut.
Habe ich von dort aus auch, ich hatte ja mal mehrmals mit polnischen Coaches zusammengearbeitet, das hatte ich da auch. Ich hatte Sauerkraut einfach auf dem Plan. Ich so, was für Sauerkraut, was laberst du? Die so, ja, Sauerkraut baust du bitte in deinen Ernährungsplan ein.
About to at least 2 meals a day really does help with intestinal health. And then we have the protein source right over there. So this is a steamer,
Oh, geiles Ding.
steaming oven, and it's on regenerate mode. So it regenerates cold food from the fridge. So as if it was freshly baked or cooked or whatever. So what this is
Guten Abend, Katar.
actually I cooked some shrimp in the crock pot yesterday, and when you steam it at a low temperature for a medium amount of time, it comes back to life. So it tastes like you just cooked it, you just prepared it. So that's something for you guys to also do, because this is a microwave. If you don't have a steam oven, you can use a microwave with a steaming Tupperware container. They are available for sure, and then you have the same result, but then just put the wattage of the microwave a little lower. We also have some pumpkin
Was hatten denn noch da drin?
and some
Pumpkin, okay.
Parsnip.
Kürbis. Und was?
Yes, guys. I do like a lot of vegetables. So we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different vegetables here, plus purple sweet potatoes, which by themselves have also
Ja, Freunde, wer hat gehalten? Wer? Ich weiß doch gar nicht, wer geschossen hat.
micronutrients, just like blue color or the purple color in the purple sweet potato is responsible for the same benefits as the blue color in blueberries, for example. So it's a very nice antioxidant color effect. Anyway, let's put this together and show you the final result. Now, would you look at that? You gotta be
Ey, Freunde, guckt doch mal bitte, wie der in seiner Olympia-Prep seine Mahlzeiten vorbereitet, ja? Das ist doch ein richtiger Chefkoch, Alter. Gerade diese Cream of Rice mit Haferflocken Bowl, jetzt das sieht doch sehr, sehr schmackhaft aus, Mann.
be honest, this looks pretty good. So we have a lot of vegetables right here, a lot of volume in
Jungs, bei mir beginnt der erste Elfmeter. Ihr lebt eindeutig in der Zukunft. Ja, natürlich ist das voll die Arbeit, aber wenn er nichts anderes macht und in Prep sich befindet und somit seine Prep vereinfacht, ich meine, das ist vielleicht eine Stunde mehr, die er da in Zeit nimmt, die Kurva, für die er sich da Zeit nimmt, die ist es auf jeden Fall wert, als jeden Tag Kurva trocken Reis mit Hühnchen zu fressen, ne? Und Brokkoli.
general, which is what I
Ich lese hier mit, Freunde, danke für den WM-Support.
love doing prep. And yes, guys, I know that pumpkin and parsnips, they contain a bit more carbs compared
Und Zeitvertreib, 100%. Freunde, man denkt nur an diese Zeit bis zum Wettkampf. Vor allem die letzten Wochen, man denkt an nichts anderes.
to the usual vegetables like
Nein, Urs macht gar nichts. Das macht alles Alice für Urs.
zucchini and cucumber.
Sie kocht alles, der macht gar nichts.
And that's why I lower the amount of sweet potatoes. It's also kind of a hack you can use. So up the vegetables up to a point, but when the carbs from the vegetables start to be too high, for example, if it's like 3 to 5 grams of carbs per 100 grams for a vegetable, you simply take away from the main carb source. But that way you get the minerals, the vitamins, micronutrients from the vegetable and the fiber and more volume rather than focusing purely on like the rice or potato, for example. Anyway, let's enjoy this one. And it is time for the last meal of the day before going to bed. So my routine was, as I mentioned, I just
Warte, ich denke mal, Vollei mit Eiklar und ein paar Mandeln oder Mandelmus. Vielleicht macht er sich ein Pancake draus. So kenne ich es beim Stefan.
walked outside for 20 minutes and then gave Lara her anabolic
Süß, Alter. Hat auch noch ein kleines Baby, wusste ich gar nicht.
milk with
Anabolic Milk, fängt ja früh an bei dem.
rice flour and vitamin D and vitamin K. And yeah, now it's time to show you what I am going to eat as the last meal of the day. So it's pretty much a lot of protein and fats and a little bit of vegetables. So here we have 10 egg whites, 2 whole eggs.
Hab ich mir doch so gedacht.
As you can see, a little bit of
Einfach ein Omelett.
peppers inside this omelet as well. And also some beautiful salmon fillet with some dill on top and plenty
Als Fettquelle noch richtig schön Lachs. Lachs mit Dill.
of Himalayan pink salt. And in a crock pot we have some Brussels sprouts, just about 100 grams, not too much to prevent bloating, but you know, I just love Brussels sprouts and we are out of asparagus, unfortunately. But this is my last meal. 5 sprays. There's about 5 milligrams of melatonin and it has cherry flavor which tastes amazing. But I like to use melatonin because it makes you fall asleep easier.
Melatonin funktioniert tatsächlich richtig gut, ja. Bei manchen mehr, bei manchen weniger. Ich nehme es auch, aber nicht jedes Mal. So, ich versuche mich an manche Sachen nicht zu gewöhnen. Ich finde es scheiße, solche Sachen, wenn man die immer einnimmt. Deswegen, wenn ich weiß, okay, heute habe ich wenig Schlaf oder vielleicht werde ich schwer einschlafen, dann nehme ich es, aber sonst nehme ich es nicht. Jetzt täglich nehme ich es nicht. Das auf keinen Fall. Weil ich täglich nehme, ist Ashwagandha.
Keeps you asleep easier and it simply has helped me tremendously. And as I mentioned previous time as well, it's also an antioxidant for the brain, which for a professional bodybuilder in counter spread is very important. Alrighty guys, that was the video of the day. Don't forget to check out down in the description all the links I'm associated with. For example, a discount on Vintage Genetics clothing, a discount on all the supplements that you saw in this video by ESN, and also use my support code Wesley for any of your purchases at
Also Freunde, das war's mit Wesley Wissers. Geiler Typ auf jeden Fall. Ich bin gespannt, wo er sich platzieren wird. Ich denke, es wird für ihn schwer. Ich weiß nicht warum. Ich denke, es wird für ihn schwer. Und ihr könnt ihn auch unterstützen, ne? Bei ESN. Hatte ich gar nicht auf dem Radar. Krass.